Disrespect is everywhere. Sly jokes, passive aggression, envy, gossip, the kind of energy that tries to pull you down. But here's the truth. Most people think the right move is to fight back. But what if the real power lies in not just ignoring it, but in loving them anyway? In walking away so calm and composed that the universe itself takes note and sends blessings your way when you need them most. In this video, you'll learn why ignoring negativity is not enough and what you must do instead. How to train your mind not just to resist drama, but to rewrite your entire operating system. What ancient wisdom and modern psychology agree on when it comes to validation, forgiveness, and inner power. And how to become the kind of person who's so grounded, the world itself has to adjust. Chapter 1. Why ignoring isn't enough. When someone disrespects you, mocks you, throws shade, talks behind your back, your first instinct might be to ignore it. That's a great start. But ignoring is not the end goal. It's just the beginning. Because true growth means going beyond the surface. It means returning love for hate. There's an ancient truth referenced in several scriptures. But in this case specifically, I'm referencing the Bible. Romans chapter 12, verse 20. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will throw burning coals on his head. Translation: to respond to hate with love is a surprise most are not ready for. Don't just avoid retaliation. Give kindness. And it must be genuine, because when you give fake love, when you say things like, I'll pray for you, just to feel superior, you're not fooling anyone. That's just superiority disguised as holiness. Real love doesn't need to be spoken aloud. It can be felt in your energy, in your silence, in your choice not to react. Most people expect a reaction. They expect you to snap back, get offended, try to prove them wrong. But when you don't, when instead you bless them silently and sincerely, when you say to yourself, this is not them, it is not their true self, I truly hope they find peace as I currently am. You're not just protecting your energy, you're planting seeds for your future and the future of the world. Think of a car cutting you off in traffic. Your ego screams, honk, yell, curse. But what if instead you breathe, stay calm, and say, they're probably rushing to something important. I hope they get there safely. You just reclaimed your power. You just rose above the trap. You just invested in your future peace and in the peace of that moment. And in another scenario, the person who wronged you, they may walk away thinking, I called them names and disrespected them, and they still responded with kindness? That's the kind of moment that makes people reflect. Maybe not today, maybe not in the moment it happened, maybe not even to your face, but you just became their mirror that exposed their ways. Chapter 2. What you focus on, you feed. Have you ever tried not thinking about something only to think about it more? That's because the mind doesn't process negatives. When you focus on not being offended, you're still focusing on the offense. When someone says something disrespectful and you spend the next hour repeating in your mind, I'm not her, I'm not Mart, I don't care, it's fine, you're still giving it energy. You're letting it live rent-free in your mind. I used to do this all the time. I'd walk away from a comment or a look someone gave me and just spiral. I wanted to be unbothered, but the effort to prove I was unbothered just made it worse. This is until I learned the mind can only think about one thing at a time. So if you don't want it to think about them, you need to think about you. Affirm who you are, not in response to them, but because it's who you are becoming. If someone calls you a loser, don't say, I'm not a loser. Say, I'm a leader. I bring light into rooms. I am grounded. I am becoming better, not to convince them, but to strengthen you. Chapter 3. How to let things go for real. Letting go isn't about pretending nothing happened. It's about not letting it control you. Someone spills coffee on you by accident in a crowded cafe. Your instinct? Anger. Maybe even a little embarrassment. Maybe a sharp comment. A glare. But what if instead you smiled? What if you calmly grabbed a napkin, cleaned yourself up, and said in your mind, it's just a shirt. Maybe they're having a rough day. I hope it gets better for them. That right there is real power. You didn't just stay silent. You chose grace. You chose compassion. You even made them feel better about it. And trust me, people feel it. You didn't escalate. You de-escalated. You made space for both peace and self-respect. For the bros, someone bumps into you while you're walking with your girl, your ego wants to puff up, to prove something. But what if you just didn't? What if instead you took a deep breath, stayed silent, and continued walking? One of the worst beliefs you can possess is to think that no reaction or silence is cowardice. In truth, it's wisdom. it's security, and it's dangerous in the best way because it's a kind of power that doesn't need to advertise itself. It's why some of the richest people in the world, financially, wear clothing without all the fancy brand logos that boast, "I have money." They do not have anything to prove to anyone. They know they're rich. In the same way, an individual who is mentally strong, confident, and aware of their own capabilities does not worry about proving these truths to anyone other than themselves. And when they prove it to themselves, it is not a public display, but in their own personal moments. Just remember, however, the real test is not to avoid conflict. It's actually blessing those who tried to provoke it. Chapter 4. Understanding the root of people's pain. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. Every person who throws hate is hurt. Every gossip, every hater, every jealous friend, every disrespectful stranger. They're not actually evil. They're simply programmed, like a faulty computer infested with viruses. Their environment told them who to be. Their pain taught them how to protect themselves. Their behavior is not them. It's a defense. A mask they put on to cover the damage that never healed. And when you understand that, it becomes easier to forgive, easier to bless, easier to become someone who breaks the cycle because they've probably never met someone like you. Someone who receives hate and returns love. Someone who leaves them wondering, why didn't he snap back? And why do I feel so ashamed now? That feeling is the hot coals of Romans 12. And those moments might be the only wake-up call that they ever get. So don't take it from them. Chapter 5. Be the one who walks a different path. It's easy to follow the world's pattern, to get revenge, to clap back, to seek validation from the outside. But you're not here for that. You're here to build something deeper, to get your validation from within, to be so full of self-love that you have nothing but love to give, to be the type of person who can stand in storms and stay still. And yes, you'll slip. You'll react sometimes. You'll say something you wish you didn't, but don't beat yourself up. The mere fact that you are hyper aware of your emotions and reactions is proof that you are on the right path. Reflect. Ask, how can I respond better next time? How can I keep my peace and offer love? How can I become a trigger for someone else's transformation? Because every time you hold your peace, you collect something, a deposit, an investment, a kind of life insurance in the universe. And when your moment comes, when you need help, when the next door must open, those deposits come back multiplied. Chapter 6. How to rewire yourself to become unshakable. This is not about pretending nothing affects you. It's about training yourself to be free. Free from needing validation. Free from spiraling into drama. Free from carrying the weight of what others think. And that freedom comes from repetition. Just like you once rehearsed self-doubt, even without realizing it, you now will instead intentionally rehearse self-trust, daily affirmations, moments of stillness, refusing to speak when silence holds more power, responding to chaos with calm. And in time, you become the mountain, not because you say it loudly for everyone to believe it or hear it, but because you actually are unmoved, grounded, overflowing with love, peace, and might. And the world, it notices. It rewards you. Not always immediately, and not always from the person who wronged you. But be sure, that person may have just transformed their lives and is now spreading the kindness that you gave to them to others. Life itself will reward you because the universe always takes care of those who protect their energy. Choose love and spearhead forwards towards manifesting a heaven-like world.